My name is Gerardo Valdez.
My name is Luis Sanchez.
I'm Carlos Mata.
My name is Joe Guerra.
I like rhythm and blues. Tejano's a little bit in my blood, and rock. I think maybe like the blues aspect. You might think like maybe Stevie Ray Vaughan, a little bit of Jimi Hendrix, some Jay Perez, Tejano. I think those are some good. He's a good vocalist out of San Antonio.
Who influenced me? Well, actually Kiss. When I first saw Kiss, it just turned it on for me that I wanted to play music. And they were my favorite band, and they still are. And my favorite character in that band or musician was Gene Simmons. And that's why I picked the Knicks.
Naturally, Beatles, they were a big influence. Their songwriting. But more, I like obviously because I play the piano, I listen to some older Elton John, some Billy Joel, and some older Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, even Harry Chapin. I like songs that are more ballad-like, that tell a story and sometimes have an ironic twist.
Who influenced me to play music was actually my dad, who's not a musician. Even though my mom and my aunt are musicians, the one who influenced me and actually got me going was my dad at a very early age. But I didn't get started playing music until I was very much an older kid, like I was 18 already, and I was already out of high school. Well, it was my senior year in high school when I started playing drums, so it was relatively late. But to answer your question, who influenced me, it was my dad. Why Pink Floyd? Well, as I said, when I started playing music, I was actually influenced by all these groups like Pink Floyd and Yes and King Crimson and all these art rock bands that came out of the 1970s. But then, like I said, I stopped playing rock music for a number of years, more than 10 years in fact, and then subsequently, started hearing this music again. Not that I had stopped listening to it, but I started actively listening to it, and I found that this music was a lot more challenging than I had thought. So when this project came around and this opportunity arose, I jumped at it because I said, wow, well now I can finally play Pink Floyd right.
Man, what can anybody say about Pink Floyd? They're just great musicians, great music. It's a challenge playing their music. It's just great music that it's very, I believe their musicianship is very underestimated. And it's a challenge for us, and we all had it in common that is one of the bands that we wanted to make a tribute to, because we all, if you put a favorite list of our favorite bands, that is the one that we all had in common.
We did have some trepidations about doing Pink Floyd at first, and we found ourselves saying, we do have a band that we play on occasion publicly. And so I was talking with Luis one afternoon. He came over and we were talking about Pink Floyd. It would be a cool song to play. Yeah. You know what this Pink? And then we both came to kind of the same conclusion. We said, you know what? Why don't we? And Luis said, you know what I'm thinking? And I said, yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. I said, why don't we just try a Pink Floyd tribute? And so as we started to pursue it, the interest grew. And oddly enough, as we talk to people around town, there seems to be a subculture of people that really do like Floyd. And it's not something, I guess this is an important aspect of it. This is not something that the average Laredoan would hear on a normal, typical Thursday or Friday night in a Laredo club. So aside from the instrumentation diversity, the fact that it's just something kind of out of left field, you know, and there's a big, I think there is quite a following, and you know, we'll play some songs that sometimes people don't know the title to, but they go, oh yeah, I remember that, that's cool, you know, and so hence the Floyd project.